Reset, Reshape is an ambitious and thought-provoking exhibition of new work by Honolulu artist Taiji Terasaki that transforms the gallery space with a unique arrangement of ideas and material choices. The foundation of the exhibition includes the 2020 work Transcendience, 100 Days of COVID-19, which was recently exhibited at the Japanese American National Museum in Los Angeles. This large-scale weaving project features everyday heroes who rose up to help others during the pandemic, along with historic, social, and cultural events that took place on a global level.
It was a scary time for, I think, all of us. We were told that we needed to isolate, and I don't know, that was my first, I've never had that happen to me before, but the fear of the COVID-19 spreading and what we should do as responsible citizens. And so I knew that I wanted to make that opportunity part of my art practice. So I thought of dedicating 100 days and keeping kind of like a diary for those 100 days. And I really had no idea what would happen during that time. I mean, none of us did, right? I just started with that idea of making weavings, so that entered there too. So we printed photographs from the days that we saw on the news and printed them out and then cut them into strips and then made the weaving. So sometimes I heard through friends, or sometimes people sent me a personal story, or sometimes it was my research through the internet that I came up with each day. I finished the 100 days of COVID, and some time passed, maybe several months. This piece is called Reflection. I felt there was an emotional quality, just a general emotion that ran through those 100 days that I wanted to explore through the weaving process again.
Terasaki flourishes as the leader of a team of 8 skilled young creatives who work alongside of him in the studio to facilitate multiple ongoing projects. A new focus for the team is an interactive technology called augmented reality, or AR, which offers a layer of computer-generated visual information delivered through your mobile device.
AR stands for augmented reality, and really what it is, it's a way to create a digital layer over the physical world. So when the simple way that it works is that you point your camera at an artwork, and a digital layer will be superimposed on your phone or your device that you're looking at. More than just the technical part, it really allows a greater depth of information to come out about each work. We are, for instance, for this piece, we are able to tell stories about each individual who is part of these memorial scrolls. For some of the other works in the exhibition, we can show short video clips, and you can hear the subjects of the works speak. So it really is a deepening of both the intent and the concept of the works.
Of course, a big facet of the show is the AR element to it. And with that, the technology needs a trigger image to kind of locate itself and tell it where to set up its AR response. We thought, to emulate the grids of a weave that you see with the QR portraits and 100 days and 100 days reflected, thought it was a nice graphic sensibility to kind of emulate that weaving pattern.
The second half of Reset, Reshape takes us through an AR portal in time and reveals contemporary content based on emerging technologies. QR code-inspired weavings portray people in the community who made a difference. Floating origami structures derived from drone-captured footage of farms in Hawaii point to food sustainability and the importance of farmers.
So for the food sustainability origami project that we have right here, it started with interviewing the farmer, learning about what they do, what they grow, what kind of challenges they've had during COVID, and then photographing and videoing their farm with the drone and the DSLR camera. Then we go back to the studio, go into Photoshop, lay out the photos, edit them, and then print those out, have our other guy, Kenny, fold them up, and then I just edit the interview that the farmer did, and we give it to the AR company that does the app, and then they put everything together.
It was kind of a surprise to see what happened with the photographs from start to finish. I think I was photographing from more of a photographer's eye and what's looking good in the composition, while later on then it becomes an origami structure, so it's a completely different artwork.
As you can see, so we have the image in the front and some like marks, patterns on the back. So this is where I have to follow. The pattern is how I follow to fold. After we print it, I have to score the pattern so it's easier to fold. So that takes around 1 to 2 hours to score one panel. And then for folding, usually it takes around 4 to 5 hours for one panel. And we have 40 panels in the show.
What we have here are these, we call them the mist boxes that we've designed. We've taken bigger ones that we made and shrunk them down to a small size. What you're getting out of this is about a 3-inch by 5-inch wide picture. And what's happening is there's an atomizer in here that creates mist, and then you have a video projector here, and that's projecting an image that's coming out of this slot that's almost like a screen that moves with the natural flow of air. So it's very mystical and very flowy, kind of like fire moves, you know, it kind of captures you and takes you in for a little bit.
We also have a sort of concluding, we call it an interactive film, which is a projected film onto the gallery wall that allows the visitor to mingle with their shadow, for their shadow to mingle with the characters that are on the screen. And the title of that work is called Social Distancing. And it really is about the kind of feelings we've all experienced over the last period about the social relationships and how that affected us all, the distancing and the awkwardness and the hope for getting back to a world where that is not going to be so much of an issue any longer.
Visual artists can have an effect on the world, and I think we're very lucky in this time we're living that people do see art as social justice, social movement, and it's just a very exciting time for artists that they could think that, wow, we can make a change, and that's what I'm hoping to do.